What's going on, my Flyby family? It's your boy Izzy. Welcome if you're new. So some of y'all hit me about this interview that Stephanie White had, and apparently it's pissed off a lot of Indiana Fever fans, and especially the Caitlin Clark fans. We're about to get into it, but before we do that, y'all make sure y'all hit the thumbs up for your boy if you like the content. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 18.5, so if you can help me out with that, I highly appreciate it. And don't forget to get in the comment section and let me know what y'all think about this. Let's get it. Alright, so this clip is basically from the sports media with Richard. I'm not even going to say bruh's last name. I mean, I don't want to butcher it. But yeah, apparently, man, something that Stephanie said in this video or this clip pissed off a lot of people. So y'all about to get my pure first reaction to this.
You know, you have seen this in the WNBA. One of the things that always happens with great players, from year one to year two, they always make a jump. And usually when it comes to the W, like they get stronger. And like they're just like, you cannot knock them around anymore like a piñata that a lot of rookies sort of get in their first year. So my question for you is like, one, is Caitlin Clark stronger or do you expect her to get stronger? And two, like what's realistic, like in terms of from a great first year to now second year in the league where, you know, it's not as new anymore, right? And you sort of know how the league plays, if nothing else.
Yes, she is stronger, first and foremost. And again, she's got a lot of self-awareness. And, she figured that out, right away. Like, I need to get stronger. I can't get knocked around as much. And so she's done a great job of getting in the weight room and really focusing on her areas that she needs to focus on in terms of strength, in terms of, low center of gravity, time under tension, like all of those things. I think the next step is efficiency. Right? Like not so many turnovers, higher field goal percentages. She knows what's coming. I mean, you saw that throughout the course of last year. I remember sitting in a press conference about midway through the season and just, continuing to get asked about Caitlin Clark and Indiana. And I'm like, guys, like just relax. Like they're going to figure it out. They've got to learn how to play together. She's thrown into this league right away and she's going to figure it out. And she did. She did. And she's going to see all kinds of coverages. She's going to see all kinds of matchups. And so for us, working on how to become a little bit more efficient, and whether that's angles of attack, not avoiding, contact, how we get by people, different cadences in dribbling and different cadences in footwork and different finishes around the rim. Obviously our job as a franchise, putting more pieces around her. To be able to give, I mean, how do you guard when you've got five people on the floor that can shoot the ball? And then it becomes just experience. I think the challenge is when you're not playing in the off season, when you're just training in the off season, then it's rhythm and timing early, right? And then it's, there's a difference in how you catch the ball when you're training one-on-one versus how you catch the ball when we're training and when we're playing in a pickup game. There's a difference in game shape and basketball shape, not just from a conditioning standpoint, but from a rhythm and timing standpoint. So that becomes the next challenge. But getting more efficient in everything that we do, for us, moving her off the ball a little bit more so she's not getting worn out in game, just handling the ball 94 feet. And then we're challenging her on the defensive end of the floor as well, like being a better defender. The best that for us as an opponent, you want to attack a good offensive player by making him play on the defensive end, putting him through the ringer. So being a better defender, and I think being more creative.
Is this what everybody losing their mind over? What? I don't see what was wrong with what she said. I mean, I saw some people saying like Stephanie White want to take the ball out of Caitlin Clark's hand. I don't think that's the case. I mean, I feel like she was just saying, you don't want Caitlin Clark to have the ball every possession, running it 94 feet every time. I think you will get more out of Caitlin Clark if you allow her to have some of those possessions where she kind of run off of a screen. Honestly, I feel like if she has the mindset of what Steph does, that's beautiful work. Steph does it masterfully, man. They find a way to switch and get the big on Steph, and then Steph start running around and get the screen off of it. Like, it's beautiful work. I think if she could find out how to get Caitlin Clark to move around, create a mismatch maybe when it comes to speed and durability and agility, find a mismatch there, run that person around and come off of a good screen to get a wide open three, I'm all for it. And then on top of that, she did it in college, right? She did it a few times in college. I don't think she necessarily had the ball out of her hands the majority of the time, but for those few times that she did, she was running off screens and all that good stuff. I think what people are afraid of and what kind of triggered them was what Christy Sides did to Caitlin Clark last year, where Caitlin Clark was just standing in the corner. But I don't think Stephanie White is going to do anything like that. I think she wants her off the ball and running off-ball screens, creating those mismatches, and getting the ball off of a pass and doing a spot-up shot. I'm cool with it. I'm seeing that this clip came from Ken Swift. Ken Swift be on all this stuff, bro. I'm not even going to hold you. Look, I get it, okay? Caitlin Clark was the best passer last year, and it seems foolish to take the ball out of her hands. I get it. I don't think that's what Stephanie White is saying here. I think she's just saying on a few possessions, give her a break, let her come off of screens and get a wide open shot that way, But we saw how far Indiana went having Caitlin Clark on the ball majority of the time, giving all this effort and energy. We see how far they went. And not saying they did a bad job. They did an excellent job getting to the playoffs because a lot of people had them written off not making it to the playoffs. So they actually got it done, and that's beautiful work. The main problem that I was seeing with the Indiana Fever last year was the half-court game. And you have to have some type of versatility going on when it comes to running plays because you can't run and gun the entire game, especially when teams are saying, hey, let's just get back on defense, let them have the rebounds. It's going to get tough to run and gun then, which Connecticut did and the Lynx did it. They all conceded the rebound to the Indiana Fever, and it made it tough for them. It made it extremely tough for them to figure out how to get buckets. The half-court game needed tremendous work, all right? They needed tremendous work. Whenever I saw Indiana Fever go to the half-court game, it got ugly. You have to switch it up. You have to be able to adapt, and give teams that third, fourth, fifth look. Because sometimes your 1 through 3 isn't going to work. As we saw when they tried to run Caitlin Clark off ball, I feel like they only had like 3 plays to keep it a grand. From the looks of it, it looked like some people get it, but some people really crashing out over it, man. This is a disaster. This sounds like Stephanie White is going to neuter Caitlin Clark like we saw from Christy Sides the first half. This only works if we run the offense with Caitlin Clark as a ball-dominant point guard. Look, man, that's not... Oh, man. Look, I feel like Caitlin Clark will have the ball majority of the game, but for the most part, she's going to have those breaks within the game as well, man. I think Stephen Curry, one of my favorite players of all time, like I said, he's doing a great job at coming off the ball, knowing when to attack with the ball, knowing when to pass or create something for his teammates. He's doing a great job with that, and I think that'll take Caitlin Clark's game to the next level too, because it is times where she's going to have to know when to drive, get hers, when to get that assist, and when to come off the ball and allow her teammates to create something for her. So I think it's just adding a different look, versatility, man. I think that is the best thing that a team can have, where people can't guess what you're going to do. Wish they wouldn't tinker with CC like they tried last year. I thought they signed the defenders for this reason. Let her play her game. I think everybody should just calm down. It's okay. Caitlin's still going to be Caitlin. She's going to go out there and do her thing. Honestly, I think you all should be excited that Stephanie White is going to figure out more strategies to bring to the half-court game, because we all know that's what they struggled with last year. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about what Stephanie White said, man. Do y'all feel like that's alarming, or are you scared of what she just said? Or do y'all think Stephanie White is taking Caitlin Clark to another level by adding these different strategies and helping her game open up a tad bit more than Christy Side could? Let me know in the comment section. I love y'all. Y'all keep it smooth.